Alright, looks like we're recording. Alright. uh, shit, alright. So we'll just start with this. Do you want to do an intro or should I do the intro?
You can do the intro. We'll go back and forth.
Alright. Welcome to the first episode of the Bisho and Alobi Podcast. I am your host number one, Alobi, and you are?
And I don't know, you're giving that to me.
I don't know, I just wanted to dump it off. Yeah, so first episode of the podcast. Uh, we really have no clue what we're doing, but it seems like it's a fun thing.
They're gonna keep going with
I don't
that.
know. I don't know. It's tough. Should we restart the intro? Just see what we can get.
No, who cares? You think anyone's gonna watch it?
We get like 10 people. That's good enough for me. Um, yeah. So what we talk about on a podcast? We'll talk about movies we watch. Talk about probably Siege news because that's what people care about. Probably not too much because it's not fun game. Uh, what else will we talk about on a podcast?
We can talk about um I thought
Not much. I guess this will be it'll be a terrible
random
intro.
stuff.
Yeah, we'll
You
talk
don't
about
you don't need
anything.
topics. You can talk about whatever's on your mind.
We'll just wait for one of the Paul brothers to do something stupid and we'll have an episode on it.
Yeah.
We'll be like every other podcast where you make fun of Jake Paul for releasing a song or something. Um yeah, so just a short first episode I guess we'll do. I don't know, probably try and get it to 20 minutes, see if we can even do that. Yeah, so I guess do you want to start with why we're not Siege pages? We can talk about why we don't like Siege.
Why are we not a siege page? Well, I mean,
Yeah, you used to be small IQ and now you're bshow.mp4. And I'm still Alabama Spaghetti, but I don't post Siege anymore.
yeah, I mean, I was always hesitant on making a siege page. To be honest, I was like, oh, I'll just post clips and my opinions on stuff because I know enough about Siege. But like over time, as I started getting burnt out from the game, I just kind of lost the enjoyment, and so I wasn't very up to date with everything,
When do you
like
think
all
you
the newest stuff.
when do you think you started to like kind of like drop out of Siege?
I don't know. It's on and off with me every time.
Yeah, I feel like ever since I mean this is gonna everybody says this, but like once they started just recycling content, they just same guns, just reworking maps that were just like didn't even feel like much of a change. The game kind of just got so old. People still ask like
Yeah.
if I'm ever gonna bring the Siege meme back, and I don't think I probably won't. I mean we'll see, but I don't know. My account's kind of like kind of plateaued. I might fall back on it if I completely just die. I'll see if I can resuscitate it with siege memes. But yeah, right now just siege is pretty dull. I mean, they said they wanted to get the game to 100 operators. Do you think they'll even ever get there? I mean, how many are they at now?
Um,
Uh, how many operators in siege?
I want to say at least more than 40.
They have 59 right now. So let's say they're gonna stick with this model where they get one operator a season. They're talking so there's 4 seasons a year. You get only four more. You get four more operators every year. It'll take you almost 10 years to get to 100 operators. So I mean, no way any games last that long. Even if they bring it, they do if they do 8 operators a year. Just stick with it. It'll take them another. It'll take them 5 years. I don't think Siege has the longevity to make it to 100 operators.
I mean, neither.
I don't know. They're gonna have to bring in a lot more operators really in like a short amount of time. If I mean, yeah, I don't think that's possible at all.
I also just think 100 ops is too much. I mean, do you ever want to load into a game and have to choose between 50 attackers or 50 defenders?
Yeah, and I mean, we're already seeing it like now. It's just it feels like they're just remaking the old operators. Power creep. That's the whole thing. I don't think they have 100 ideas. I mean, I don't blame them. I couldn't make 100 different characters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I also don't really care about the lore of Siege.
I
I think
mean,
it's dumb.
the lore of Siege is it's like it's so inconsistent. They started out being like, oh, we're just a bunch of counter terrorist units, and now it's like with that whole like Siege Invitational event, it's like entertainment now. I think is like what they're trying to do. I think it doesn't make sense. I mean, like
It's
obviously
like it's pretty much like Overwatch.
Overwatch sucks. I hate Overwatch.
Oh, they're doing what Overwatch in a way.
I have no clue what Overwatch does.
It's like they're a giant team.
Oh. Well, Overwatch can pull it off because it's like a bunch of superheroes, right?
Sure, you
Well,
can
they
say
got they
that.
got a monkey with glasses and then some weird like angel woman, and then
Hmm.
that's I only know like two of them, and Tracer. That's the only one I actually know. But like, Siege is it's odd now. I don't know what the I mean obviously nobody really cares about the lore of Siege, but like I have no clue what they're actually going for. And they released today, whatever today is, the April 15th. Today at least they released whatchamacallit, the Rick and Morty bundle. It's so dumb.
Yeah, yeah. You love Rick and Morty though.
Oh, yeah, Rick and Morty's the best. It's are they gonna do more? As they said they were gonna do more of the crossover skins and stuff. I don't know. It looks so dumb. They have a Pickle Rick Smoke, and then I don't even remember what Sledge is. It just looks so dumb.
One of the robot alien things.
They want to look the bugs, I think. I don't know, man.
Why of all things you could have crossovered with, you choose like some
Right?
animated
Yeah.
show?
I mean, they have like Ubisoft has a ton of games. They should just bring some characters over from there, like
Yeah, like
crossovers.
Rayman,
What Ubisoft
the
games are there? I mean, it's just easy reg stuff.
Raven Rabbits.
Yeah. They got Watch Dogs. You could bring in, make like a cooler Dokkaebi with whatever Aiden Pierce, I think his name is. Whatever the first Watch
You've done
Dogs
one of
character.
those.
But yeah,
An Ash Watchdog skin.
they could do you add a For Honor character, just add fucking just a knight into the middle of that. That'd be
What
fun.
about Raven Rabbits?
Didn't they already do? They already had an event for that, didn't they? I feel like they did. No, that was for Honor. They got they. A rabbit would be great in Siege. Bro, half of Ubisoft's games are just it's just a bunch of Ghost Recon or Assassin's Creed. I mean Far Cry too, but
Yeah, and all of them are bad.
yeah, man, Ubisoft kind of does suck. Uh, oh, the guy from Breaking Bad is in Far Cry 6. I didn't know
Yeah, he's the like villain guy.
that. It's just so much shit. Uh, yeah, I don't know. So Siege is not gonna make it as long as I hope they would, and I don't know if it did. I don't even do they even believe that they're gonna get to 100? They said that in an interview
Probably like
like a year
I
ago.
think it's like an overestimate.
I hope they're at what is it, 59 now. So I mean, obviously they won't make it to 100. They can't. It's just not possible. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much Siege news. I mean, I don't think there's anything else that's come up with Siege. I mean, we're off to a pretty good start to the podcast. That felt pretty good.
How long has it been?
It's been 9.5 minutes. I don't know how people get podcasts to an hour. I don't think I'm that interesting of a person to talk for an hour and have people listen.
Well, that's why people have guests.
Yeah. Kulta Tachanka, he offered to be our first guest, and I said maybe. And he said something about if we were ever talked about, like, I think he said Teddy Roosevelt or Siege Esports, that we should call him and bring him on. but I doubt we will be
Is he
talking
an
about
expert
those.
on Teddy Roosevelt?
I guess I have no clue. He sent me a text when he replied to my story when I asked if people wanted to see a podcast, which like 60% of people said yes. So I guess we're actually gonna see like 10 of them, 10% of them, maybe probably less, say actually show up here. But yeah, he sent me that text and was well, I mean, who else can we get on a podcast? We don't even know that
Slash.
many famous YouTubers slashing FTW. I mean, I don't know anybody special. I'm not to sound like cocky, but I'm like the only semi-big content creator I know, other than Cult of Tachanka, of course.
Retard, bro.
He's not joining our podcast. I feel like that'd
You don't
be,
know.
that'd be such a, I feel like that'd be such an awkward episode. Just at retard bro on Instagram. We could ask Garfield Daily. He replied to one of my comments. We could ask him if he wants to show up on the podcast.
Can we get Bosch on our podcast?
That would yeah, that would be the best podcast guest is to get Bosch. But yeah, that Diamond Doges we these whatever is 8 plates. They talked for like an hour of just it
About
was
nothing.
nonsense. I mean, it wasn't not I had no clue what they were talking about. It didn't seem trash, but I mean, do people just
But
talk for an hour?
INTJ. But
NJ?
INTJ.
That's my personality type. I don't know.
I'm so cool because I match with this personality on this website.
Oh, I didn't. I
Even
you
though,
didn't
even
act
though,
like a
if you look at every personality type, you can easily grab like one trait and say that's applicable to me.
It's like just instead of personality types, we just gotta choose Ryan Gosling characters.
Yeah, I can do that.
Take Driver. He's the most swag. Yeah, we could so I don't know. We'll probably end up talking about movies on here sometime. I don't know. I mean, I've always wanted. I've talked to you about this a bunch. I want to start a movie review channel. 'Cause that shit just that seems so much fun. You know.
I mean, if you want,
I'd accept like
we can just have every podcast thing just we review a movie and we just
yeah,
talk about it the entire time.
we could do that.
All right, quick, name a movie. We'll start it right now.
We can go with the classic. We'll do Blade Runner instead of making that Blade Runner collab. Should we just do it on the podcast real quick?
Sure. Well, which one?
Uh, shoot, we'll do 2049 because I know that one better. All right,
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's
I've
just
seen that like 7 times already.
let's just do a spontaneous Blade Runner 2049 review. Um, well, I'll just ask you what. Why do you like the Blade Runner, both of them, so much?
Uh, because I love like the cyberpunk aesthetic, and I feel like it's such an underrated genre or underused genre that there's not much out there other than like a few games and majority of the like the media that kind of uses cyberpunk. It's all anime,
Yeah,
and like
Blade
Blade
Runner,
Runner is pretty much
Blade
like
Runner
the
anime.
only, in like my opinion, it's pretty much the only like real cyberpunk live action movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most. I don't know any others. I mean, there's definitely others, but I mean, it's the main one. You know, I don't know. I liked it because it does like what a movie should do. It's got such great world building. You know, I mean, does what a movie should do. It makes you live another life, kind of. That sounds so cheesy, but like, I don't know. Yeah, the building's great, and the cinematography is great. I mean, the music's great. Hans Zimmer did a great job on the music. It, yeah, it's really and of course Ryan Gosling, the man himself.
Yeah, but there probably won't be a third one.
Unfortunately,
That's probably it for all the movies.
well, I mean, we'll get the what's the anime? I don't even we don't do we even know what the name of the anime is? Because the show.
Blade Runner 2049. something
Yeah,
something
cause
Black Lotus. That's the name.
yeah, 'cause the short they did like that, the Blade Runner short they did is called Blackout 2022. Do you think we'll see that in 2 years? Will we be living like that in 2 years?
Maybe you think the entire like world's gonna black out and all the data is gonna just get just erased.
Man, I would be all for it if Twitter got erased in the blackout. uh,
Yeah, I'd be pretty happy too.
um, well, we're already a little behind the schedule because the original Blade Runner is in 2019. We aren't there yet. We failed as
Well,
a
you haven't seen Ella yet. You don't know if it looks like this.
maybe. Wait, what year is Blade Runner? The original Blade Runner is what? I thought it was 2019.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, all right,
It's
well, so yeah,
2019.
we're behind it then, and we failed as a society.
2019, and then Sapper Morton, he's been living in that little farm place since 2020.
Well, maybe he what if who is who's his actor? Whatever the actor's name is, he probably maybe he lives on a farm in 2020. That's good enough for me.
Dave Bautista, you think he really lives on a farm in
He might live on
2020?
a little protein farm with just a dead tree in the middle. He might. We'll
Let
see.
me look up his house.
Dave Bautista house. Yeah, he's definitely got a little whatever.
Yeah, it looks like a farm, all right.
Hey, nice. I'm assuming you're joking. Let me look it up. It's a weird
It
name.
looks like a really luxurious farm.
Oh, I looked up farm instead of house. I meant.
He doesn't have a lot of pictures of his house.
It's
What's
just
up
good.
with that?
There's an odd picture of him looking at his watch when there's a woman twerking in front of him there. Yeah, it doesn't look exactly like he's got a pool. Maybe he's got a bunch of grubs in there.
Yeah, that's the grub farm.
It's the grub. It's the grub farm. He's huge. He's a wide
Yeah, he's a
guy.
big man.
Yeah, all right. So back to Blade Runner, away from Dave Bautista and his swimming pool grub farm. Um, yeah, really, really good movie. I don't know. I don't. I That's why. This is why I'm hesitant to start the movie review channel because I don't want to say shit and then I'm just like speaking out my ass, you know? Like, what do I know about movie making apart from watching a
Well,
few
that's
videos?
why I'm hesitant about it too, because I don't know a lot. Like the channels I watch, they talk about like the writing and
Yeah,
they go into like storytelling and stuff. But I just watch it and I think that's a good movie. That
yeah,
was a fun movie.
yeah.
That's all I can say.
Um, I mean, yeah, I mean, the world building obviously, I've already mentioned is great in there. Um, but yeah, like apart from, I mean, I knew and I watched Blade Runner. I was like, oh, that was a really great movie. And then I watched the review, and they're like, yeah, really good world building cinematography and everything. But then the story's weak. And I'm like, what? Maybe the story is weak. You look back and it's a mess. It's not a mess. It's an alright story. I mean, we're not.
I mean, I've had time to look back and I still don't think it's a bad story.
I think it's a good story. It's not like great. Not like I don't know. Give me an example of like a great story.
Godfather.
Good. Yeah, it's not a Godfather story, but it's not it's not bad. It's not like Batman versus Superman. It's a great movie. I mean, um, yeah. Uh, what else is going on?
The music is too loud.
The music in Blade Runner is too loud.
I think it's a little loud.
Well, I mean, it's so good. How can I would turn it up too?
I mean, I think the original has better music. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
it's got
I think
Blade
the
Runner
original, I
Blues.
think the original has better music.
Blade Runner Blues is
I think it's
the
because like it's because like if you listen to the 2049 soundtrack, it kind of sounds like a lot of other soundtracks
yeah.
out there. It's just like really rumbly.
Hmm.
That's kind of it.
Yeah, I listened. I was looking for like the synthwave chill stuff type stuff for like my Spotify, and I was like, oh, I'll just go through the Drive playlist, and like they have like like Real Hero and then Night Call, which are like both super good, and then you play like their like the songs they composed for the movie, and it's like it just sounds like every other Hollywood you know song for their
Yeah.
movies. It's like,
Well, it's all just for background, you
oh
don't need
yeah,
to
I know,
put a
I
lot
know,
of care into it.
true, but yeah, like best song in Pride 2049, I think is Tears in the Rain. That's a good one. And then
You mean the one, you mean pretty much just a remake of it in the original?
yeah,
That's
so,
your favorite?
so it's probably the best one for 2049 is the remake of the original. So that's what I'm saying is obviously the original Blade Runner's got better
All
music
right, all right. Let me ask you a question. What would make it better? What would make the movie better?
for 2049.
Yeah.
Uh, damn, that's a good question. Um, Blade Runner, I don't know. I don't want to get too spoilery. I mean, I doubt anybody watches. I mean,
Okay.
I'm trying to. I
Who
mean,
cares?
yeah. How many people? We probably have like 4 people who watch this, and I don't know. They probably never want to watch Blade Runner. I mean, some scenes are just they're just too long. I mean, I'm okay with a long movie, but I don't know. Just some scenes go on for too long. Um,
Yeah.
that's that's one of the bigger issues. There's plot holes in it. Like, it doesn't make sense why Jared Leto's character is trying to make what a replicant that can have children. Like, wouldn't that just put him out of business? I mean,
No?
isn't
Well,
he doesn't he
he'll
sell replicants? Isn't that what he does?
well, his company just builds it and then people buy it. Yeah, but
Yeah,
why
so
would it
why
make
would
them?
anyone want to buy from his things if the replicants just have their own kids?
Well, how do you know that he's gonna sell the ones that can make their own kids? He's gonna use them, and he's gonna make like a ton of replicants. That's why. That's like the whole
Why is
thing.
he making a ton of
It's
replicants
like,
for?
why does he want to?
Yeah, why is he making a bunch just to sell the children?
I don't know, because like his whole point was that he wants replicants to procreate, and
Yeah,
he'll make
why?
like
Like it doesn't the movie doesn't
I don't know,
ever
they're
tell
just
you
more
why.
advanced, or something. I don't know. I mean, they never really mention if he's like a dude who wants like money or
Well,
anything.
yeah,
They,
that's
they
I mean
never really.
he doesn't have I mean Jared Leto's a I don't know anything that I actually like Jared Leto in. But I mean his character doesn't
American Psycho when he dies.
Yeah. Right. Let's see Paul Allen's card. It's a great one. No, but yeah, Jared Leto, his character, like, he doesn't have a motive. I don't, I don't see. There's just like, what is, and he's barely even in the movie.
Yeah, I don't even think he's the bad guy in the movie.
Yeah,
He's kind
it's
of just there.
I don't know, whatever the replicant girl is. I don't know her name. Um,
Love.
such a,
He named you. You must be special. I know the lines.
I don't know the lines. I've only watched it like 2 times, and it's still good. It's a 7 hours of movie total. I think you watch it twice. You've watched it 12. You've watched it 7 times. It's almost a full day of
Yeah,
watching Blade
pretty well.
Runner. uh, um, well, we broke 20 minutes. We're at 23 minutes now.
Well, when did we start this session of the podcast?
What do you mean when? I'd probably guess it's probably we had. Well, we talked first. We talked about how we don't know what we're doing, and then we talked about Siege, and then we had like a quick 30-second thing about people doing podcasts, and then we talked about this. So yeah, probably 8 minutes on here. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think we're doing fine for a first podcast. I'm happy with this. We'll probably make a different account to post this on. Um,
Uh, I'm trying to like run through the movie in my head, see if there's any scenes I think they're like insanely long or anything like that.
well, yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to just think through every scene. I don't know. I don't know the movie well enough to know I remember every scene. I mean, if I rewatch it, I know what's happened. But I can't put the scenes in. I don't know. There's the that first scene where where Gosling goes to whatever the replicant factory. I don't even know what to call it. Everything's just yellow. That building, I don't know. That felt really long. That felt unnecessarily long.
Hmm.
What else is long in there? Uh,
I don't know. What I noticed is he never runs, other than like like when they're in Vegas. He never like run. He walks everywhere.
wait, what?
Can you like hustle up?
Maybe that would forgot the movie in half if he just ran everywhere. Uh, and I was, I mean, the it's like the law of equivalent exchange. You know, you trade out having too long of scenes, but you get a better world. I think that's, I mean,
Yeah, and that. Yeah,
um,
I don't know. I mean, there are some plot holes. Like, why didn't he bring that glue thing wherever he went? Why did he keep it at home all the time?
yeah.
Or I don't know. Are there like more Blade Runners out there?
Well, Blade Runner is just a replicant who hunts other replicants, right?
Mm, was Deckard a replicant?
I think that's what I'm pretty sure, right? Isn't that what that's what the movie said? Blade Runner. I mean, the original Blade Runner is like, oh, you get to guess, and then 2049 is like, yeah, he's a replicant. Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, they never implied that. I mean, it was like
That's what I
questioned,
got.
but they
I
never
got that.
gave an answer.
That's what I got. That to me, I think Decker's a replicant just from how the movie kind of showed him, Mr. Harrison Ford. I
I don't know.
maybe. Yeah, maybe Ryan Gosling's the only Blade Runner, the last Blade Runner. I mean, he's just cutting down like the last replicants. Is he getting every replicant? Is that what's happening in the movie? He's trying to get all the like the last ones.
Just Runaways.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.
Just the older models.
Like you are an old model.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I don't know. The trailer hyped up so many like fight scenes, and there's gonna be a lot of action, and when there wasn't much action,
It's like Halo 5 marketing.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, the first movie didn't even have a lot of action either.
It had
He
Harrison
killed
Ford
more.
shoots the woman. That's a good that's a good scene. He shoots the lady when she's running away. I I I don't know. The scene in the original Blade Runner I hate is where he makes that the the replicant girl kiss him. And, it's just so awkward. I hated watching it. You know.
Yeah, well, they went on to have a kid.
What? No way. It's gross. I don't want to think about that. I don't need to think about Harrison Ford having a kid. Maybe the child is Ryan Gosling. We don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. Do we have anything else to talk about in the podcast after this? I don't know. We could talk about Halo.
Hmm.
But I haven't been up to date with the
Um,
Halo stuff though.
I don't know. Which movie is better, Blade Runner 2040? Like, what elements are better in each?
I think the original Blade Runner has a better score and it has a better story. Um, cinematography and world building is better in the second one. I've said that like 30 times. I mean, obviously, just because the new Blade Runner 2049 is just newer, so it's gonna look better. But
I like the city in the original one though. Like, it's all
um,
rainy, and it's like everything's like so crowded. Kind of shows you how
but yeah, the city, I guess, yeah.
shitty life is. Like, life doesn't look so bad in 2049.
Well, yeah,
Not entirely.
yeah. I don't know. I like the world better in 2049 than in 2019, I guess. Um, what else is better? I mean, I said story, score. Um, I think the, the acting's better in 2049, just because Ryan Gosling. Um,
Yeah.
I liked what I like. I was kind of like about 2049 is like the even though Ryan Gosling isn't human, he can still kind of like he can it's like that Doge meme where it's like keep your head up, King. Dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do. It's like the theme.
Well, they kind of did that exact same thing in the original, but it's the bad. It's like the bad guy, and
Time to
he
die.
doesn't kill. He chooses not to kill Decker, and then he has that monologue.
Yeah, but that's more like it's talking about how just like people die and he dies and he's gonna be forgotten. Like tears in the rain. He doesn't really matter. That's what he's saying, in that monologue.
Yeah, it's a big sad moment.
It is sad. And then the slow mo dies, which is I thought was kind of dumb that they put it in slow motion.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of weird.
They should just like if they just put it in normal speed and just like I don't know, like let this camera sit on him. I thought that would have been better. All right, but yeah, I don't know. I think we could probably wrap the podcast up there for our first episode. We just broke 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, we're at 30 minutes. I'm
We
surprised.
talked about nothing.
I think that's how podcasts are.
We talked about Siege for like a tiny bit, and then
And
we
then we
kind
talk.
of just went back
Well,
and
yeah, we
forth
did
about
we
Blade
talked
Runner,
about
and
Blade
that's it.
Runner. So yeah, we talked about Siege and Blade Runner. That's probably
That ain't even
90% of the
coherent.
episode.
Also, I don't know.
What? What is I don't know.
I mean, we like tried to split it up. Like we tried to do like oh, this will be we can just have the movie review in this, and then
Yeah, we kind of
well,
just mumbled everything together. There's a lot of pauses in here. But I don't know. I think that's a solid. Do you call a first episode a pilot? I don't know. It's a solid pilot for the podcast. Probably record another one in 3 weeks. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a good start. It'll get better as it goes. It's just gonna be a slightly awkward first episode for people. If people, I mean like 6 people that are watching.
which is just us.
It's just us 6 times. Maybe Slash will watch. I hope we could get Slash on the podcast. I don't know what he'd add, but we'd have to talk to his agent see if we can get him on the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, he's a busy man.
He's got a lot of Smash clips to upload on his YouTube. All right. Well, yeah, that's gonna be all from the Bisho and Alobi podcast. I don't know. I get. Do you got any idea when? I don't even know when we could do another episode. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll record another one for the next week. And I'll get this one out around the weekend. So yeah. All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye, internet.
Goodbye, internet people. So long, space cowboy.